Welcome to the first edition of the Tremulous Toolshed, hosted by T-PainSaw. Tonight I'm going to read some of the emails you sent in and give you my top 5 clan power rankings. But first, I'm going to do the news from inside the hovel. Looks like we're finally going to get the 1.2 beta. According to the most recent news posting on Tremulous.net, thousands of lines of code have been added to the trunk. What does this mean? It means that all the shiny new features and slick new interfaces and balancing changes that have been developed and tested with such care by the developers are now included in the main Tremulous code base. They are now part of the Tremulous trunk. Now hold on a minute. What in God's name is that Tremulous trunk? I never even heard of that fucking thing before. I guess I'll figure that out later. The main news, anyway, is concerning the beta release, when all the work from here on out, according to developers, involves polishing. I don't even know what polishing is, because I want to know what the hell we've been doing for the past 2 years with those development games. I thought that was the polish. We just got to, test out whatever the fucking things are. I don't know, whatever. It's pissing me off. It's really pissing. Think about this, though. The pre-1.2 beta releases lasted through 4 of the Saw movies. And so I think developers are basically telling us that we can expect Saw 10 before we can expect Tremulous 1.2. It's pretty ridiculous. Not that I'm complaining since it's a free game and everything, and the developers only get paid through donations. But part of the reason I'm getting so worked over this is probably because of the build-up of 1.2 itself. I remember hearing rumors of this release since late 2006. It seems like every year the build-up just increases. I think the increase started really being noticeable once 1.1 started dying out. Everyone realized the game was declining. The active players were looking for an elevator to get Tremulous out of the sewer, and they thought 1.2 would be that elevator. But there will be no elevator in Tremulous. Developers are giving us only a sturdy rope that will aid us in making Tremulous active again, not an elevator that will do it for us. I think Ozzy, way back when, he had the right idea when he told the community that it was up to us to save the game by introducing it to friends and being active in their training in Tremulous. I don't think that'll ever change, 1.2 or not. The fact is, Tremulous isn't Pac-Man, and unless we help them out early on, it's going to be game over. And here comes up my favorite part of the show, the top 5 North American clan power rankings. Alright, first off, let me explain how these rankings work. For every show, I talk to 5 different members of the North American Tremulous community. All members of different clans, I just want to add that in. And I ask them to give me their top 5 clans within North America. From their list, I assign their first place vote 5 points, I give their second place vote 4 points, and so on and so forth. And after that, I tally all the scores together, and I make the list, which becomes the top 5 North American clan power rankings. Yeah, woo! This week was, pretty interesting so far on the lists we got. So I'll give them to right now. First place with 13 points was the Seaman Syndicate, and I thought that pretty good for them. Congratulations. Second place went to Xenocide. They got 9 points. Third place went to OPP. They got 8 points. Fourth place, I'm really happy for these guys. SOH, and they came in with 6 points. Congratulations to them. Rounding out the top 5 was BH, and they got 4 points. Some honorable mentions, PK, they got 2 points. DRU got 2 points. And VD got 1. Well, it looks like we got over 5 minutes left in the show. So it looks like we have plenty of time for emails. And I'm not even sure how these people sent them in the show. This is our first show. So I guess they have psychics or something. But, if they can, you guys can send me in your phone numbers for your psychics. I'd really appreciate that. Alright, first one's from Two-Faced Rat from the OPP clan. And he wants to know, who do you think are better, Euros or Americans? And that's a pretty good question. I think the Euros, though, shown a lot more when they've been tested. Look at the unlike scrims in North America. They've won they've been pretty competitive in those. They've won some, lost some. But it's really when we go over there and try to scrim them. I mean, I don't think American clans against their best we've even stood a chance. I think they've pretty much wrecked the floor with us. So yeah, I definitely go Euros overall. Thunderbolt from the SOH clan wants to know, hey, I've been called upon to be a builder within my clan. Should I use turrets or Teslas? That's another great question. I think that turrets, they're pretty dependable because you can use them stage 1 and stage 2. You can already have those built. And then stage 3, you won't have to tear them down and build up Teslas. I think it's it scrims aliens. If your base you lose defenses even for a minute, they can pounce on it and win the game. And I don't think you want to do that. Just go safe with the turrets and you'll be fine. Chaotic from the X Clan wants to know, Ryan, are you dating anyone? No, not right now. Thanks for asking. Claiborne from the OPP Clan wants to know, how come all the Polacks play on AA? Well, I think when they get the master server come up, there's that shows the list, and that AA is usually the only clan up, or the only server up there with people. So that's it. That's my guess. You be the judge though. Chester wants to know, how come I got kicked from SST? Well, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you asked me, but just go to sstcentral.com, and I'm sure they can help you out there. You just go on their forums. And there's a lot of friendly people. Friendly in quotes. All right. Well, I guess that's the show. Thanks everyone for listening in. Subscribe. Please subscribe, and you'll be able to get in, and listen to the show the first day it comes out. All right. This has been T-PainSaw from Inside the Toolshed. See you guys next week. I'm out.